Hi there, it's Amy coming to you from Arvada, Colorado again. I have a restorative yoga set today. We're going to run through some poses and they're all meant to support the energy of working with our body so that we open up to life's creativity and synchronicity. So go ahead and let's get started in a supported child's pose. So if you don't have a bolster and two blocks, you're welcome to use, I like to use when I don't have my props, pillows essentially, but also you can use books for the blocks, especially when we come into the elevated supported poses, which you'll see. Go ahead and pause the video and grab what you need if you don't have it already. And we're going to start in a supported child's pose. So you can grab your pillows or your bolster, bring it between your thighs here, and then we're going to slowly bring ourselves down into a supported child's pose. Coming down slowly and just honoring all the feels that you feel on the way down. And so this whole restorative yoga set today is about creating a walking dream space, more lucidity and creativity in our daily conscious living. Imagination, inviting more creativity, imagination, and also working with our body to release old beliefs, behaviors, any blocks, maybe things that used to serve us but are ready to be released. We're here to float beyond our mind today and flow into our heart space where we open up to infinite possibilities. This has been a theme for me recently, is really opening myself up to and seeing how everything is here supporting me. It's been a theme for a few years. But recently, Neptune went into Aries, and that energy is all about aligning to our soul's purpose and stepping into more openness for downloads to come in, aligning with our true soul person, like who we are at the deepest core of our being when we're connected to the heart of who we are. So this restorative practices, I was really inspired by this Neptunian energy and how it's been showing up in my life. Inspired by a chance meeting on a trail on a hike with a stranger that really gave me a glimpse into how you never know who you're going to meet at any time. And in these coming together, anything can be birthed. So we really want to open up ourselves to new dreams, maybe old dreams, but with more expansion, opening to deeper understanding, less judgment, more curiosity, and then calling in those aligned collaborations. So through these long held poses today, let's soften the boundaries of what we have known thus far and open ourselves up, inviting more miracles, miraculous synchronicities, opening our eyes and our heart to seeing those subtle comings together in synchronicities so that we can invite more cosmic flow. So starting here in the supported child's pose as we're surrendering into the earth, The earth represents nature, but it also represents abundance. If you go into places that have been abandoned in nature, life will always thrive when left alone. So realizing that's at the heart of who we are as humans as well. So we're quieting the mind, coming into our center, dropping more deeply here in child's pose, providing more imaginative envisioning for our lives, and boundlessness. That's a good word. What would your life be like if you had boundless opportunities? Well, let's just quiet here together and breathe into this pose for a little bit more. Mm. Child's pose is a gentle hip opener as well, calming to the nervous system, helping us drop into the state of relaxation, which we're cultivating in this restorative, in all restorative practices. Wonderful. From here, I'd like you to start to slowly press yourself up. Come up as slow as you came down, or maybe even slower. Maybe starting with just some subtle movement in your body. From here, we're going to come into a supported reclined twist. So we're going to twist a supported reclined twist. So coming up. So once you're up, we're going to now come into that supported reclined twist. So we want to leave our bolster as it is. Bring our thigh right up. You can have a more relaxed knee. Here, I kind of like to tuck everything in. But always remember in restorative yoga, you want to feel supported in all of your poses. So prop yourself up with pillows, blankets, blocks, whatever that you need to feel supported. I think I would like to do my supported reclined twist. You can absolutely do it like this. I'm going to slide a block here underneath my bolster so that it's just creating a little ramp. That's what my body is asking for today. So you find your pose. And so now rotate your belly towards your bolster. So there's your twisting. And then slowly lower yourself down. And then you can either rest your face in the same direction as your knees, or if you want more twists, you can bring it all the way around. And I'm just going to start here. I'm going to start here and work my way into a deeper twist. So with the spinal twist, think about the spine as being the energetic connection. Our energy and our nervous system is energy. The way it's transmitting signals is pure energy. So we have this energetic axis between our heart brain, and we actually know through the science of heart math that we are generating our heart's nervous is equally sending signals up to our brain, communicating with our hypothalamus and our brain center to help regulate our body. So not just do we have the central brain being part of the central nervous system, our heart is deeply involved in the process and has its own brain, so to speak. Through connecting with the heart space and connecting with emotions such as peace, courage, boundlessness, just these concepts of expansive, heart opening, elevating concepts in our heart space, we can entrain our brain waves. And in doing so, we entrain our entire body systems because they're all communicating through our nervous system. And on the opposite hand of that, when we're feeling fear, worry in our heart space and in our brain, we have more health diminishing effects in our bodies. And so, with this energetic axis of our spine, think about twisting as and wringing out of old energies, old belief systems, old ways of being that maybe served our ancestors, served our parents, and have served us up into this point in life, but now ready to be released so that we can open ourselves up more to everything around us. So a couple more minutes here. I'm just going to quiet down and let us be together here. A little deeper into my twist by now turning my head all the way around to deepen the twist here. And make any micro adjustments when you're in these poses that you need to, but then to feel more supported, more comfortable, and then let stillness return. Beautiful. Begin to bring some micro movement to your body. We're going to essentially just come up and then move our body, twist it nice and slowly. I want you to make your movements nice and slow until you can twist all the way around to switch sides. So make it slow. So as you turn around, you want to bring your hip and thigh right up against your bolster. Come over on your belly. Remember, you can keep your face in the same direction as your knees for a gentle twist. And then as your body begins to melt into the pose, perhaps you'll want to go a little deeper by twisting a little more. And keeping this vision in your mind's eye of this releasing and wringing out of old stagnant energies and beliefs, so we can create space, move those blockages out of the spine, out of those connections, out of the emotional bodies, let them go in deep gratitude for how they supported our ancestors in their survival when things were different. Life is different. We are evolving. We're entering the Aquarian age. And there's about Aquarian age is about abundance and shared resources and collaborations and creativity. We're alive at a very expansive time to be alive. No matter what it looks like on the outside, remembering that old systems always crumble, and that is also true in our own lives. We create the space for expansiveness within ourselves. Everything happens on the inside before it happens on the outside. So we're bringing all those ideas that are still operating in our collective awareness, but as we each individually begin to let them go and open up to more expansive imagination and creativity, we herald this new Aquarian age and literally flip the switch of the collective consciousness to a more creative and expansive and supportive of each other, coming together to really make the changes that we want to see around us. I believe in the heart and the love of the majority of the people and the goodwill. And when we can believe in that in ourselves and each other and our communities, then we can come together and start making change at home. It has to start inside and at home and in our communities first. Let it ripple out. Trust that the resonance you create in your life ripples out. The wave pattern continues on and touches other energies. The more I slow down, the more I meditate, the more I see the interconnectedness of us all and the true support that we are here, like everything is here to teach us to be more open-hearted, more loving of ourselves and each other, more understanding. About another minute here, twist a little deeper. All right, begin to bring a deeper breath, maybe some micro movements, waking the body back up. From here, we're going to go into a supported bridge pose, and a very gentle inversion. So bring yourself up very slowly. And if you have a block under your bolster, move that out of the way. And our bolster is now going to come. All right, so our bolster across the mat, we want to turn ourselves back into a supine position. Lift our hips up onto our bolster and lower yourselves back. Let your shoulders rest. Reposition your bolster so that your sacrum is resting nicely. So there's an option here to just let your knees be in line with your hips. You can also heel toe your feet out and let your knees fall in. And then the third option is to just extend your legs out. Lift your chest up so that you're in an extended version of your supported bridge pose. And make any micro adjustments that your body feels like it needs here. Finding the pose that feels the best in your body today. And once you find that position, let your body begin to settle in. I literally could stay in these poses for very long periods, and you might choose to do that. If there's a pose that's feeling extra nourishing to you today, then by all means, stay there if your body is asking for that. And so coming back to this idea of we're in a very subtle inversion. And an inversion is when we are going against our normal gravity field. So bringing our knees and our hips above our heart. I mean, you can even lift your feet if you wanted to do a waterfall for a bit, for a deeper inversion. But I want you to think and envision the sense of renewal, of taking that which we've worked with, right? Our blood is always renewing in our system. We're always cleansing our body systems out and renewing. What do you think about your energy renewing, being renewed? And restorative yoga is really great for that. But as the cycling of blood is happening when we come into an inversion, and our lymph as well, we're moving our lymph because it can be settled in certain areas when we're in the upright, regular position. So anytime we can come into and against the gravity or have the gravity working in the opposite direction by an inversion, then we're helping the renewal process. So also envision how your energy can be renewed so that you have more openness to invite this Neptunian energy. So you can open up to seeing what's around you with new imagination, new ideas. Ah. I always like to imagine or tune in to a softening when I'm in a supported bridge, a softening in my lower abdomen. This is our central channel. Our nadis all stem just in this energetic length. Our dantian, they call it in Chinese medicine. In Kundalini Yoga, we really pump the energy here right in our below our navel point. This is also our sacral chakra. It's connected with our sense of self-worth. So we are, as humans all over the world, every single human expression of divine consciousness. We all are that, realizing that. But we all are entitled to everything that we need in life. And realizing that happens here in our sacral chakra. So not only is it associated with worthiness, it's associated with our creativity. This is our sexual energy chakra, our center for procreation, representing through the way we can procreate with each other. Likewise, we can birth new ideas. And so softening in this area, allowing more trust and believing that because we're here, just like nature, left alone, will thrive on its own. We do well not to interfere with our earth and let it thrive more. And the same thing in our lives. We do well to not interfere through how we think we should be based on how things have been, but listening to our heart. What is your heart telling you? It might be terrifying, but can we just move ever so slightly in the direction of our heart and see how it feels? Can we allow the fear of trying something new? Allow it, love it, but also begin to build more trust and faith in the fact that perhaps abundance is our right as humans on the earth because we are an extension of the earth. Breathe deeply into that space here. Lower belly, dantian. Softening, awareness, love, gentleness, softness. Maybe we don't need to push so hard in life. Maybe when we follow our heart, the universe will conspire with us to support us. Just as the aspens support each other, other tree networks are listening and supporting each other and sending their resources to the other trees. I may have been injured supporting them, maybe. That is the way it's supposed to be for us too. And if we can shift into this consciousness, not only will we be more open to helping others unconditionally, right? That's the key. The trees don't ask for anything back. If we can start shifting our belief system in that direction, maybe we'll start getting proof that it is true. And then with that proof of the universe showing up for us, then we build more faith. Okay, from here, we're going to go into happy baby pose. Our playful, just for a little bit, not a long hold. Lift your hips and move your bolster slowly. Doesn't have to go far. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Maybe you just start by grabbing the backs of your knees. Just remember, this practice is gentle, so we don't want to rush into any pose. We want to work with where our body is. So you might grab the backs of your knees to start. Maybe you just stay there. Maybe you grab your calves or ankles, or you come into your fullest expression of happy baby today. Let's, for about 10 breaths here. Hip opener, connecting with the innocent energy of children and babies and their curiosity here. And the playfulness, not just of babies, but you ever seen puppies and kittens or even deer out in nature running and playing and chasing each other. You should go out into nature more often because you will have these experiences if you're not already having them, of seeing the playfulness of that nature is when they're unbothered. I just remember, I'm thinking about last year after I went to a festival. I went camping by myself, and I came to a camp spot, and these deer were just on over to the side so close, but they were having the time of their life, just sprinting and galloping, and they were literally like running in figure eights and having the time of their life in pure bliss, animal bliss, like that. Connecting with that nature here in our happy baby pose of more play, more curiosity, less judgment. So bring any intuitive, playful movement here into your happy baby pose. And maybe ask yourself how you might bring a little more laughter, a little more silliness, and a little more play into your life. Oh, that feels really good. 3 more breaths. And begin to let yourself come out of the pose. You might want a windshield wiper, your knees here to just, that is kind of a deep hip opener too. Just remembering too, we're also releasing tension in some of these poses that we hold on to tension, because when we can release the tension and bring more like pliability into our bodies, that can be mirrored energetically in our lives, and more pliable, being more flexible, more less tense, more open, more fluid. Okay, we're going to come into a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. That's our butterfly pose. So making that ramp again. If you like, you can also just do this flat. I like a gentle ramp today. Then we're going to bring our hips right up against the bolster. Sit up nice and tall. You can also raise the block up too, and raise it up a little higher. If you want to be more supported or more high up into your pose, bring the soles of your feet together, and then just bring yourself back here. So we're opening our heart space here. More hip opening, releasing more tension, but also, so Oh, yeah. Take any micro movements. You need to settle in here. Big smile. Any micro adjustments to fine. You might want to put blocks or blankets underneath your thighs for a little extra support if that feels good to you, so they feel more supported. Pillows, blankets, blocks. Uh, so I want you to imagine your heart space melting into more openness. Connecting with the warmth of your heart, and as you melt here, you may begin to start feeling more energy flowing through your heart space. Smile and acknowledge. Connect with a positive feeling, perhaps gratitude. Gratitude for your practice, gratitude for your journey and growth thus far, courage that you've cultivated in your life. Perhaps you continue to open your heart up. It takes a lot of courage. Well, it takes courage to do what we're doing here. Open our hearts to be the guiding force. It's a courageous heart. And it's okay to go as slow as you need to go. Opening our hearts to what feels correct for us. Often our heart will self-protect. We build walls up around us, and that is okay too. Those are actually necessary part of the healing process. Think about when you break a bone and you have to wear a cast to protect so that when it's being stitched back together, your bone, you have to have protection. And so realizing it's the same with our heart. But eventually it's time for the cast to fall off. The protection can come away. And then sometimes you have to wear a splint for a while or something for support, and that's okay. So realizing where your heart is in your journey and honoring your heart. We're also opening our throat center here in this very gentle, supported opening our hips. This can be a very vulnerable pose to open up. Find the support that you need. And while you're here, reflect on how much more open you might be able to open up in life. Maybe trying something new, a new community, a new hobby. Maybe a date, maybe a phone call, maybe a pen pal. Opening your heart and also honoring the support that you need, just like in this practice. What support does your body need? What support do you need energetically? Finding that support for yourself. You can begin to really love of your journey as it is now. Always realizing more we get to create the safety in our body, in our hearts. And as we create and cultivate the safety within ourselves, we need less protection because we are the safety. I saw a quote today. I may not say this right, but it says, a healed heart doesn't need boundary or doesn't need protection. Something like that. A healed heart. But take the time that you need. And realize though, a healed heart can be fully open to life in everything that it brings you. And that's what we're working towards. Forgive me if tears come. It's been a long journey for this one. And with that said, when emotion does come up, you just let it flow. Let it be felt. And let it even transmute into deep gratitude for it all. Alright, begin to slowly bring some movement, maybe straightening out your legs, into your body into a star. Stretching it out, bringing your feet flat. Windshield wiper your knees again, very slowly. Another one of my mentors says, when tears come through, just know it's grace. You're driven with grace. An ability to allow the emotion to move through you. Stretching it out. Okay, we're going to come out of this pose. And so finally you can either sit up or roll over to one side, however you want to do it. Whew. And we're going to finish with some side openers. So really wanted to bring in movement of the spine in all the directions. So the twisting, the folding, and the opening, and then side to side. So we're going to move into some side to side. And I brought this pose in for a couple of reasons. It's called Bananasana. And we're going to do it supported on our bolster here. And so Bananasana, I just got the biggest kick out of the name because it's banana pose. And it's not an actual Sanskrit name, it's a made up name. Banana asana, Bananasana. So just remembering that we get to make it up as we go. And so it's a lot of fun to think about that while you're in this pose, but also we're going to just open up our side body in a banana supported by the bolster. So you want to raise your arm up underneath you, come across your bolster. You might bend your knees. I usually like to bend my bottom knee just to have a little bit more support here. And find a pillow find where it feels good in your body. So you may need to make some movements until you find the place that feels good. And then allow your side body to open up here and breathe. We're just going to take this side for a few breaths and the other side for a few breaths before coming on our backs to take it again, but on this supported bolster and opening of your side body. And from here, we're going to turn over to the other side. So take your time with it. Finding your Bananasana on the other side, supported by your bolster and opening side body stretch here. And remembering to be flexible in life, be more open, less judgment, more questions, more curiosity, more awareness when you do have a judgment on something, and maybe asking yourself more questions on where that is coming from. And if it's really true, or is it just something that you're judging, or why are you judging? Maybe it's something that you actually want more of in your life when you're judging someone else for something, that there's a piece of you asking for some of that. Or a piece of you judging yourself. And also remembering in this pose, named after banana pose is basically what that means. Bananasana. It just makes me think of the Minions. Banana. But yeah, more playfulness and also more imagination. Like, can you dream a little bigger? Can you make more things up and be a little bit more creative and loving and where you're placing your energy, your thought, and your imagination? Is it moving towards fear? That's okay. Maybe that's your invitation to write some mystery novel. Maybe your imagination wants to be expressed in writing short stories or how can we transmute the fears into something creative? Take that fear and make something meaningful with it, rather than projecting it onto ourselves or other people. Maybe we can write a poem, write a song. Now slowly bring movement to your body. And we're going to come off the bolster. So move your bolster. So you move your bolster out from underneath you, and we're going to do banana pose on our backs now. So I want you to come into just lying on your back. Take your right foot over your left, and then move your left foot towards the left so that you're creating more of a side body stretch. Right hand, grab your right wrist with your left hand, and then open up. So we got a Bananasana now. Lying flat on our back. Maybe you take your gaze to the left, maybe to the right, maybe neutral. Whatever feels good in your body today. And it may be different from day to day, and honoring that in the moment. And unwinding, let's now cross left foot over right, move right foot over. So we're pulling our left foot with us. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. And again, just opening up your side body here. Vananasana. And whenever you're ready, let's take a supported savasana and bringing your bolster under your knees here and coming back into your final resting pose for as long as you like here. My name is Amy. Thank you for joining me today in this restorative practice that was written with the intention of allowing your body to open up to just the most miraculous synchronicities and comings together for co-creative expressions in your life and more soul-aligned partnerships with yourself, your own soul, and with others. So stay here as long as you like. If you flowed with me in this restorative for this long, go ahead, like and subscribe to the page for more yoga, sound healing, and meditations. Namaste.